What's up, everybody? It's Captain Carey, or Aaron, as most of you guys know me as. Trying to bring you my first cooking video here. One of my friends that I play with online, Al, has been asking for this video, and I decided now is a good time to do it, mostly because the steaks it's about to expire. I mean, not really, but it's getting there, so I figured better do it now. I'm recording off my phone, which is not super ideal, so I apologize for that in advance. I'm trying to get my channel going, and I'm making do with what I got right now. Sorry, I gotta start my pan. Forgot to do that. Yeah, so obviously this is going to be primarily a gaming channel, but you know, I've had over 4 years of cooking, and I figured why not bring that along with the channel. So I'm going to try to do videos that are just really simple, quick, easy dishes that anyone can really do, and more so for people that are on kind of a tight budget like myself. A lot of people think that, you know, to be a cook you have to have years and years of experience, or you just have to have the dedication for it. But this day and age, I feel like a lot of people would rather go out to eat or go get some fast food, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think, you know, you start to lose a little bit of that home cooking, which is what I always grew up with, and so I'm trying to bring some of that to you guys. I'm going to try to make the video as brief as I possibly can. I might have to cut it here and there, but I don't know a whole lot about video editing, which is also kind of hard if you're trying to start a YouTube channel. So but you know, I'm as honest as it comes. I'm an open book, so I'm just telling you guys how it is. And yeah, I hope you guys like the video. I hope you will help me out in trying to get this kind of taken off. So any support you guys can give me is just so greatly appreciated. I can't tell you enough, because if there's one thing I've learned in my years, it's I wouldn't really be anywhere if it wasn't for the people that have helped me get to this point. You know, you have to acknowledge the fact that we all can't make it on our own, and you need the help of friends and family. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we got a nice, beautiful New York strip steak here, and what I'm doing is I've actually salted the cutting board. Normally you would salt and pepper, but I'm actually out of pepper as of last night, which is a sad time for me. But so what I'm doing is I've let it sit for about 30 minutes or so out here on the cutting board, and I salted both sides. Okay, so as you can see, it's almost kind of got this glossiness to it, right? What has happened is that salt has soaked into the meat, and it's actually tenderized it a little bit, as well as, you know, obviously let it get up to closer to room temperature, because you never want to cook a steak or really any kind of meat that is, you know, fresh out of the fridge or obviously freezer, but if you can avoid it. So that's what I've been doing. This New York strip is just absolutely beautiful. The fat on it is just, it's gonna be just so good. Oh, and the steak is from Hy-Vee. Actually, it was like $6. So I mean, it's not exactly cheap, this one, but it is it's one that I'm going to be very happy with. I got here my sizzling already cast iron skillet, which is what I prefer to cook with any kind of meat, really, because it just offers a seasoning on that is just hard to find anywhere else. And you can also send it right into the oven without much fit. So I got the pan nice and searing hot, which is what you want. If you hear that sizzle, see, that's what you're going for. You want to have it, as soon as you drop it in, you want to have that sizzle going really, really good. I'm going to back up so you guys can hear me a little bit. So what that's doing is searing it. It's getting that caramelization, which is exactly what you want on any piece of meat. That sear is where you get really all that delicious flavor from. And Mom, if you are watching, I'm sorry about this, but you're about to watch me pick this thing up with my bare hands, because I only have one hand, and I'm not going to try and get a spatula and flip that with one hand. So I don't recommend that to anybody. So I'm going to let it, sit there and get a good sear on it for about a good minute or two. And once that happens, once I get that sear and that nice golden, caramely crust on the bottom, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to let it, give it another minute or two. And then I'm just going to send it straight into the oven. My oven, as you can see, I'm working with, top of the line technology. It's at about a 400, which is what I like to finish my meat with, because it's not too hot, but it's definitely going to get the job done. So, yeah, it's getting there. I would say maybe another 30 seconds. A little information about this cast iron that I got here. It is actually my grandmother's and grandfather's, and it is from Germany. They got that while they were stationed out there during World War II. So that was kind of like, I couldn't even believe that she had given that to me, because man, I would hold on to something like that. It's pretty cool deal. All right, so we're gonna lift this up. And again, I would not recommend doing this. I have cook hands. Oh, look at that. That is exactly what you want to see right there. That nice, just delicious color. Yeah, I have what you would call cook hands. So my hands don't burn too easily, which is why I'm able to do that. So I'm gonna try to get close here. As you can see, the middle there is starting to get really nice and cooked through. It's only gonna need, actually, that's probably good to go. I'm going to throw it directly into the oven. Okay. We're just gonna give that about, I don't know, 3-4 minutes, maybe, right around there, somewhere around there. Should be just about, it's probably gonna be more like 2, I guess. I lied, I'm sorry. The reason being, are you gonna light pilot? No? Alright, see, this is what I'm dealing with here, guys. Let's try this one. There we go. You're probably wondering, what are you doing there? Well, it's about 11 o'clock, 11:30, 12, I don't know, somewhere around there. So it's breakfast time. So what I like to do with a little nice New York strip, I'm gonna cook some eggs. And you're wondering, what do you got going on there? It's just gonna be a nice little presentation tool. These eggs are gonna be having this nice medallion looking shape to them, which is gonna look really pretty on my plate. Normally I would do steak with like some sort of veggie. I do have some, but I'm not really in the mood for that right now, so I'm not gonna make them just yet. Yeah, I'm gonna let this get a little bit warm, which I can already see the butter sizzling. I'm gonna have to put you down for a second. I do not, in all my years of cooking, I still have not perfected the cracking an egg with one hand technique yet, so bear with me here for just a second. All right, there, done. So, as you can see, the egg's just kind of sitting there, really cool. I really like, I saw this this technique used once. I watch a lot of Gordon Ramsay videos, which is, one of the best cooking videos you can probably watch. But we're just gonna have this on a nice medium heat. We're just gonna kind of let them do their thing here for a second or two while my steak is finishing. In fact, it's sizzling pretty good in there. I want to take a look, take a gander here. Oh yeah, so that is at a nice rare right now. That's what it's at, is a rare. I'm gonna have to grab this with a fork. It's a little too hot. too hot for even my cook hands. All right. Normally you would not do this, but like I said, I make do with what I got. This is what I got. So I bring this right over to the cutting board. Man, look at that. Stupendous. So now what's happening is there's actually going to be a short amount of what we call carryover cooking. So it's off the heat, but it is still cooking. And actually, what I'm going to do with that fat right there is not rendered down quite enough. So I'm just going to set this, set this in that still sizzling oil and kind of let all that oil seep down there. You don't want white fat. No one really wants to chew on some white gristly fat. That's not really done quite enough. I'm sorry. These burners are just not all that good. I'm gonna kind of cap that, and hopefully that will speed up the process there a little bit. But anyway, so yeah, carryover cooking. So while it's resting, which is what you want to do with the meat, any meat that you have, you always want to let it rest, because what that does is it allows the juices to kind of reabsorb into the meat itself, right? And obviously the juice is the best part, which is why if you're ever ordering a steak and you're getting it above a medium, I'm sorry, but in the cook world, that is just, we go crazy about that, because you don't do that to a nice, delicious piece of meat. All right, so you can see that the fat has now rendered. It's more of that golden brown. I mean, I could have even probably done it a little bit more, but I'm okay with that right there. So I'm gonna let that rest for easily 2-3 minutes. This cutting board is pretty sweet, actually. I don't know if you can see. It's got these grooves in there, and they actually will stop any juice from overflowing and running off your cutting board, which is pretty sweet. All right, eggs are just about there, actually. I'm gonna hit this with a little bit of water, kind of steam the top so that yolk gets done. Have a nice over easy egg. So I'm gonna crank this up just a wee bit. All right. Oh, this is gonna be tough again. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right. I should have gotten that pan rip roaring before I poured that water in, and you would have heard all the steam. I kind of fudged up there, but that's what making the first video is all about, right? All right. So in a good way, if you obviously I have like a digital thermometer that I could temp this meat with, but because I've had enough experience, a good way to know if it is done or not is actually to just give it a good, 2-finger tap down on it. If it feels like your cheek, the skin on your cheek, so if you poke down on your cheek, if it feels like that, that is going to be a nice, delicious medium rare. All right. So my eggs are actually done. Give me 1 more second. I'm sorry, guys. In the future, this will not be like this. This is kind of an impromptu video here, because I knew I had to get that steak cooked, So, all right, my eggs are down, right? They're done. So now the trick is to get this out of here. And this is very hot. Alright. So it kind of stuck to the metal a little bit, and how to avoid that in the future. It's warm. It's warm. See, okay. So yeah, the egg kind of stuck a little bit. Didn't turn out exactly how I wanted. It's a little runny. It's okay. So one of them just straight up broke. So that's cool. So that one's just gonna be no good. Okay. Good start. I know what I'm doing here. All right. So the steak should be good and rested. I can feel it. It is a good medium rare, which is, I would like a rare, but I'm okay with the medium rare too. So I'm gonna cut into this real quick and I'll show you how I'm gonna finish this. Alright, so just like that. Alright, so again, I'm sorry about this presentation here. It was not supposed to look quite like that. It was going to look a little more beautiful, but you know, sometimes it doesn't go exactly how you want it, and you got to be okay with that. And I'm okay with that. So what we call cut on a bias, which you're like, what the hell is that? Bias, you go about a 45-degree angle or so, and as you can see, it is just the perfect medium rare. So now what I'm gonna do, got a nice little, oh, my plate's stuck. Okay, so I never recommend cooking with butter when you are cooking a meat, because the melting, or the burning point of butter is much lower than something like a canola oil or something like that. So what I have there is actually just a little slab of butter with some thyme, garlic, parsley, and that normally I should have put it on the meat while it was resting. I meant to do that, but I got sidetracked with my eggs. But that's all right. That butter will start melting over that steak. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you in my arm here real quick. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, okay. So now I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of salt. This is some kosher salt. It's a little bit bigger, coarse kosher salt. It's a little bit bigger. It allows that salt to kind of absorb into that meat and give it a really nice, thick, delicious, saltiness flavor. So I see this video is getting to be a little bit long, so I'm gonna have to cut it here, guys. But it didn't go exactly as planned. But that's just kind of a quick little tutorial on how to cook yourself a nice, delicious steak and egg breakfast right there. If you guys do enjoy it, please, give me a like, share, subscribe. I hate begging for that kind of thing. I'm not one to beg, but I need all the help I can get. I need all the support you guys can give me. So if you do enjoy it, please let me know. And any other videos, any food, cooking techniques, whatever you guys are kind of curious about that you would like to see me do, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do those for you. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and year and month and all that good stuff. Yeah, all right, see you later.